What is up everyone? Noel here, back at it again. Today we're just gonna chill and relax and go window thrifting. I'm just gonna let you guys see the vibe of shoes that I usually see when I go thrifting. So here goes. So here's the first shoe that I grabbed. It's a pair of Nike Zoom 2Ks. When I saw them in the retail stores, I actually loved how they look with that retro styling, but I couldn't really cop them because I didn't like the type of outsole that Nike has put on them. Next, we have a pair of Kyrie 4s in very decent condition. I'd still wear these even though the outsole is a little bit worn because they still stick to the floor, and the upper is 7 or 8 out of 10 in condition. And here is a pair of Jordan 3 4s, and they are pretty much worn, so I tend to avoid this shoe. These right here are a pair of Tailwinds, I guess. I think they're in a Pride colorway, and the colorway is pretty simple, and I really like how it looks, how simple it is, but I can't really rock these types of shoes because it's not really my style. Here's a pair of Dunks in like a denim type of material. I guess these are real because you don't really see too much fakes out there with this type of material. And here's a pair of Jordan 1 mids in a really special colorway. I'm not sure what it's called, but personally I don't really like it, but that's just me. Here's a pair of shoes that I really like the styling of. It kind of reminds me of the Air Yeezys. I'm not sure what this exact shoe is called, but yeah, it's really striking. But if you guys know what these are actually called, I really appreciate it if you guys drop the name of the shoe down in the comments. Just sharing a little bit of knowledge out there. As you can see from this video, there are not many gems that you can cop. It's mostly just basic running shoes, pair of Converses or Vans. That's what you'll notice most of the time. Here's an interesting pair of Converse though. It's a slip-on, but the outsole is that classic, I'm not sure what it's called, diamond pattern or whatever, but it's pretty cool for me. And here's, I think, a pair of like pair flyers or what, I'm not really sure. So if you are ever in Malaysia, or if you do live here and looking for gems, just be careful that you won't buy pairs that aren't really legit. If you don't care or if you don't mind, then that's cool with you. Personally, I don't either, but there are a lot of stores that are selling those fake Dunks you just saw right there, and a lot of fake 11s, 11 highs and 11 lows. So just be careful when you are the type of person who cares if you're wearing a pair of legit shoes or not. So here is a pair of Kyrie 2s. It's pretty worn and the outsole has had enough. You can see from how it shined. Here's, I think, a pair of Hyper Dunks from 2016. I wanted these when they first came out, but the reviews were really bad on them. Here's a pair of LeBrons. I forgot what number these are, so forgive me. And here are a pair of weird Adidas shoes with that, I think, Crazy 8 type of outsole. Really interesting though. And speaking of interesting, here are a pair of very interesting custom pair of Air Force 1s. Not sure if these are legit, but aside from if they are, the owner or the past owner of this shoe really loved customizing it, and I guess it was a tribute to Kobe. Here's a pair of Jordan 3s. These are actually the free throw line 3s, as you can see from that red line on the outsole, signifying where Jordan actually stepped the free throw line when he entered that dunk contest, or won that dunk contest with his gravity defying dunk. So there's actually a story to this shoe. I actually copped these. I'll tell you guys all about it in another video, but it's just a warning to be careful of what you guys buy, and not to jump the gun on things. Here's a pair of Superstars, very classic shoe. I dig it. I like the simplicity, but it wasn't my size. Now here's a pair of, I'd say, really weird looking shoes. I guess this is a tennis shoe, but the way it looks looks like it's gonna be really durable when you actually use them on asphalt courts or whatever. Another pair of Air Force Ones, and here's a pair of Nike Frees. I'm not sure which one, but these are pretty comfortable and I do like wearing them. Here's another pair of Jordan 34s. The outsole looks better, but I guess the zoom unit has popped. And here is a pair of Nike Quazis. I've only seen these being sold for retail once, and they are usually associated with a certain kind of player that I'm not gonna tell you guys. If you know, you know. Here is a pair of Cortez. Very neat looking silhouette, very clean looking colorway, but as you can see from the outsole, you can definitely see that it has been painted. Here's a pretty clean looking A6, not sure which model it is, but I like how the green contrasts with the white. Not sure why I picked these guys up, but I kind of like how it looks, how that retro or old school type of running shoe looks. These are some Mars or something, not sure what. I wasn't really into that shoe. I'm not really into them right now. A pair of Skechers. To be honest with you guys, I have a certain bias against Skechers, so yeah, no offense to those who wear Skechers. Here's another pair of clean looking tailwinds. I really like how the colorway looks like, but it just doesn't suit me. Another pair of old school Nike runners or waffle trainers, I guess. And here's a pair of PGs, Hyper Shifts, I guess. The outsole wasn't really that great when they first came out. It did look like a pair of Kobe's, which was awesome, especially with that fly wire implemented on the forefoot. Pair of Gazelles. These are a classic look. These are pretty popular in Malaysia. Here's a pair of shoes that I was really excited to see. I actually thought these were the street gatos, but they were the Tiempo street shoes or street football shoes. Here's a pair of shoes that don't really look legit. They are called the Tonics, but they have a knockoff New Balance logo, and they use, I guess, the Charles Barkley branding. Here's a pair of Jordans that I'm not really too sure what they were called, but they look cool though. Not sure why, but I think the pull tab that looks like a spoiler really suits the shoe overall. Here's a pair of Huarachis that I dropped. These were really funky looking, and I guess I just included it in this video because of how it looks. Not too sure of what they really are or what they are really for. Here's a pair of MX1s or MX87s as they call it now. A really clean pair, but not literally, just the colorway looks clean. Here's a pair of shoes that I'm not really sure what it's for, but if it was my size, I would have used it for golf or something. Here's a really cool pair of shoes that I think really suits the era that it came out on. Not really sure what it's called, but it just looks really cool. Here's a pair of Adidas that I was actually planning to buy just to play futsal in. The outsole was still good, but there's an issue with the sole separating from the upper, so you need to avoid those types of shoes when you are thrifting in Malaysia. And here is a pair of dicks that I saw on these Puma or Adidas. Yes, these are Adidas, really funky shoes. And here is a pair of Puma suedes that is really clean in that black colorway. Not sure why I didn't cop these. Here's a pair of Flyknit Racer looking runners. I like the mismatched colors. Here's a pair of MX 270s, I guess. I picked these up just to show you guys some issues that you need to avoid when actually thrifting for shoes. You notice that the heel was kind of deformed. You need to be careful with that because it will cause some type of discomfort. I will be trying to post a video to share some tips that I have for you guys. Not really groundbreaking tips, but just some things to look out for when you are thrifting for shoes. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope you guys like the format. I will be trying to post more of this kind of videos. So see you guys all in the next one. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out.